For the love of God, someone please. I'm done. I'm completely done. Bro, there was even a part over in this stupid movie where we had somebody helping over with a latch that was part of the crew. The film crew helping up lift over in the latch for Krieg over in the movie. This thing can't even be prepared to edit when it comes to getting some extra assistance. The whole casting of this movie is completely garbage. The only person that actually fit a role was Jack Black. We had whoever Ariana Greenblatt was, bro. Scored a 90%, a 9%, a freaking 9%. This girl was in Love and Monsters, the recent Barbie film, Ivan, and Adam Driver 65. I think that was a recent film to come out. And now, she's in this train wreck. Expedited already several films, and it felt like she was just felt miscasted. Everybody felt miscasted. Kevin Hart is just not a good casting if you want a strong and notable super soldier leader like Roland. Kate Blanchett is literally too old, admittedly so herself, for the role of a hot young siren like Lilith. And the way that they expedited, you don't even see her with her siren powers because that's all the all the CGI that could afford over the past 100 minutes of gunplay. Unnecessary references. We had somebody play. We didn't even see wherever this was depicted because there was no structural timeline. If we wanted to go over Atlas trying to search over the vault. There were several other notable factions in the Borderlands world. Malawan, DeWalt, Hyperion. You're telling me that we couldn't alternate more over the faction saga of things that involved Lilith being interpreted as a major key for the vault? And how that absorbently developed her being a siren, instead of her giving her powers by somebody else, that's how it works. It just had her having fake Phoenix powers for the first 10 minutes of her assisting her friends, using a bit of telepathy until beating the big bad, until ending it over with peace with a ragtag group of guys that don't even realistically altercate with one another. That's not even the major characters that we have them interact with majority of the time. No Crimson Raiders. Why Roland even exists to begin with. Freaking everybody just looks so oddly forced to be like Hammerlock. I didn't even see much over what Hammerlock. The only person that actually played a decent role is Janina, that was that had to play Nox. And she only had like a few fight scenes. No. And what was the catching like A-list just getting Bobby Lee playing Larry? No Scooter. Jenna just played Moxie, the only like person that looked younger than Lilith. Cause Kate Blanchett looks old as fuck. Florian Montiano played a decent Krieg, but she never had a deep relationship because they barely interacted over in the video game. Even the time when I was watching over this stupid movie, the best part was coming from the comment section. I'm not gonna cap. Yeah, I watch this off alternative means. over people just complaining that they probably didn't watch the game to begin with. They couldn't overlap over with the original cast of Krieg, of not just only Krieg, because he's just minor characters over a bigger part of the world, like Brick and Mordecai, and the other Siren, like Angel. You couldn't even produce over the more popular antagonist, just a generic Atlas bigwig trying to gain the Volt power. There's better antagonists out there, like Handsome Jack. It just felt like they just wanted to make over a quick buck, like just video game nerds could just do anything. That's it. They would watch anything as soon as it has a notable game in their library. That's all they could do to push over in the box office. And I don't even know if they're concerned if it flops or not. Knowing if it's faithful to the source materials of any source of the game. The altercations with Marcus just completely trying to spam over, "You're going to be a potential Volt Hunter." The humor was just misplaced. I saw Claptrap shitting. That was already unnecessary over as a whole. To just if you get the sprinkle of a reference to a game that I think I watched my son play once. And I seen clips over at YouTube, but I didn't get the hype. That's it. Movie was absolute garbage. Trash. A mistake. Just like whoever got this director to do the stupid movie, bro. I'm sorry if you think I'm going too harsh. I just felt like they interpreted over the psychos. Even I think that we got the first boss from Borderlands 2 that you had to fight when it comes to stopping over Handsome Jack, and he just had him as like a bigger psycho, while being under the psychos to hunt over Tiny Tina that was cloned, that I went over in the previous video. They fucked up the allure of anything when Lilith came from a completely different planet. Tiny Tina was in fucking Pandora from day one. That interpreted different parts of the games over different spans of time. And Krieg doesn't even really altercate with majority over in the plot line. Except his own side stories. So just had him here because I bet, fans like Krieg. We're going to put Krieg as a comedic relief with Tiny Tina. When Tina has her own array of humor, her being childlike, and her relative, quirky, unpredictable, incredibly dangerous personality cooped up over in Pandora, linked over with her childish demeanor, making her an incredible fan favorite. I'm a fan of Tiny Tina. I love watching her over in the game, alternate making childlike games, even forcing over one of the psychos that trafficked her, issuing over to the death of her family, getting her revenge in a little incredibly torturous tea party, killing the man that ruined her life, and being one of the major reasons of getting the win against Handsome Jack. And if you didn't want to do that, at least do it over trying to hunt over. This movie was incredibly mistimed, misplaced, miscast, and just was absolute shit. Why is Roland Kevin Hart? You had no other big nigga that can be Roland. That also had a deep relationship, but a majority of this is just a ragtag group over with escaped inmates, former Crimson Raider, and then a soon-to-be Siren, even though this bitch is past 40, and Lilith was a Siren like when she was a little kid. Absolutely fucked over in the wall, and that's saying much. Because even the Sonic the Hedgehog movies have done a well-placed job of actually doing the source material while making it its own thing. Better than a game that spans literally 3 fucking titles for you guys to at least make an independent story out of one of it and still keeping majority of what makes the game to actually attract people to watch over the film while being poorly promoted, bro. I think I only heard of this movie literally like a week or two before it even was going in theaters. For a highly favored game, bro. So that's garbage. The ending just ending with that in peace, even though we know there's more lore into the into the stupid movie, into the vaults, more lore into the hype, into the origin of the vaults, why they're pushed around over in Pandora, and why it's such a hunt. And just alluring over to the mom foreshadowing that the chosen warrior of the Firehawk, even though it was just an alias. That's absolutely asinine, bro. Just felt bum rushed over in the last moment to just push over Lilith over as as the major protagonist. We made like a midlife crisis Spike Spiegel. She had a period in this fucking movie. And give her Super Saiyan powers. Just a waste of time. So, this was completely a waste. It's a waste of time. This is like 3 out of 10 for a film. There's better films out there. Literally, it hasn't been that long since the Deadpool Wolverine movie just, was premiering. Anybody, I think, at this time could still watch it. Please watch that instead. That was the last movie I watched over in theaters. Play the stupid games. Pre-sequel included. Telltale's game included. Comics included. Whatever freak thing you do over in Rule 34 included at this point, bro. I do not care. Do not waste your time with this stupid movie. Tell me how you guys feel in the comment section below if you guys watched it or not. I've enjoyed all the Borderlands games I've played. I've only 100%ed 2 and 3. Didn't get much over with. Whenever it goes over to fun sandbox looter shooters, I'm more concerned over with the plot than I am even with the gameplay. Even though how fun it is, you're kind of doing the same repetitive shit, looting and shooting, but you get all the interesting characters. Even though you get the major appeal of Borderlands is the massive variety in weapons and skill trees and you can play as a siren, either be a tech specialist or a muscle, or a specialist in some type of elemental or animal type shit. It is very cool the amount of variety that these games push over, and they barely dealt that. They don't even give you over the original cast. They just put you, or even make their own custom cast in the cameo, the side characters. I don't think it's even that hard to find a Salvatore, a Mordecai, a fucking Brick, or any of the 3 other sirens that you get to see in the stupid games. Like, I'm being serious with you. So that's it. That's all what I wanted to get on my chest. Hopefully you guys don't think differently. I understand if possibly you just don't want to hate over for the sake of hating. You probably like the movie. That's your own opinion, just like mine. But I feel like this was shit. Absolutely garbage. There's been better. There will always be better. There's been worse. There will always be worse. But this was just completely disappointing. And you can't deny that. That's it for me.